Hi everyone, welcome back to video number 4 in our Getting Started with Lens Studio series. This series takes you through a short curriculum that I've taught with Snapchat. It introduces you to different templates within Lens Studio and shows you how to use them and what you can use them for. So it's a really super good intro to how to use Lens Studio. If you haven't already, this is video number 4, so I'll go back and start at the beginning, video number 1, which was the 2D objects tutorial. This one today is going to be on the segmentation tutorial. Now, segmentation, what that does is it changes the background, just like this effect that I've got going on here. So you can swap out the background behind people and change what that looks like. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is open up Lens Studio, and we are going to find this segmentation tutorial, and we're going to click on that and load up the project. Great. So as with all the tutorials and all of the templates, when we load it up, it already has some template assets there, so you can see what it's doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our objects panel and just enable and disable these different things by clicking the tick box there. The segmentation effect itself is controlled by the segmentation controller script, which is at the bottom there. And as you can see, there's a lot of different options in here. There's a segmentation texture, and that's what cuts people out. Let's enable or disable the background color. We're going to click on the color, and then we're going to change that there. So we can change that to blue, you can change it to whatever you like. Now the color alpha changes how transparent the color is. The option below, use image, so that allows you to add an image into the background, and again the image alpha just changes how transparent the image itself is. Now the image texture is the heart there that you can see behind people. Then we have the blend modes, so have a click through these and see what they're doing. There's tiled, so if you untick that, you'll just get one big one behind you, and then tile density, that just changes the size of the tile. Scrolling, you can stop it scrolling, so you can see the movement behind people. You can untick that if you don't want it moving, and then you've got the scroll speeds there as well to play with. So have a little play with that yourself and see what you want to do with it. Next, we're going to come over to our resources panel. We are going to hit the plus button and import file, and I've got a nice little repeating pattern for you in the download link, which will be attached to the video. So this one, what you're going to do is you're going to click on it and you're going to drag it over to the image texture box. And as you can see, it's appeared behind the user, so that's worked. And let's turn off the background color because we don't need that anymore. So let's have a play around with the tile density. As you can see, you can turn it up really high and it can look like a wallpaper, or really low and it can look really different. You can see a lot of the detail. Now we are going to change the scroll speed here. And we'll change it to 0 and -0.2, so it just moves upwards like that. But again, up to you, you can have a play around with it, see what you want to do. So yeah, if we come back up to the orthographic camera masked, if you untick that and tick it again, you'll see that it just turns the background back off and on again. Okay, so that's basically segmentation for you there. That's the easiest way to add something into behind somebody in an effect. But what we're going to do is we are going to go up to the plus button in our resources panel. We're going to come down to segmentation texture, and we're going to click portrait hair segmentation. Now segmentation is great because there are a number of different things you can change with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the portrait hair segmentation model and we're going to drag that over to the box that says segmentation texture in our segmentation controller. And as you can see, the portrait hair segmentation has now cut out the user's hair. So the image that we added in is just going to cover the user's hair now. So if you want to have a little play around with all the different kinds of segmentation that we have, you can go to your resources panel, hit the plus button, scroll down to segmentation textures, and there's a big list in there, and you can try all of those out. So load them all into your project and then just drag them over to that segmentation texture box in the segmentation controller. So that's the first box in the segmentation controller. Just drag them in there, see what they do, see if it's something you want to play around with. But there's so many options to use this for. It's really sort of a common technique in augmented reality, and it's super duper useful. It's very useful for me because, as you can see, I've got it going on behind me and you can't see the messy office that I'm sitting in. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's your segmentation template tutorial. Feel free to go back through all of the other tutorials in this series if you haven't already, and they'll help you get a handle on some of the basic techniques that we can use to start building much more complex effects. But yep, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye.